What is up, everyone? Welcome to another devlog of Batman Arkham Breakout. Now, this week, or I guess weekend, I have been focused completely on the Batman and what it means to be the Batman in this game because I did one thing and it got a little out of hand. So let's just start off the bat. First of all, thank you for all the support on the last video. I really wasn't sure how that first devlog was going to go, but you guys really were positive, and I really appreciate it because this is turning into a very big passion project that I cannot stop making. I am setting aside time like every day to work on this game, and it has just been exploding my creativity, which I am super happy about. So I added a skin selection to the game, but as you can see, all the skins are locked right now. And so it started with me wanting to add the first appearance Batman suit, because I actually like that suit when it's done well. I think the wide ears can actually look kind of cool sometimes. So right now, if you try and select any other skin, they are all locked. And this is just the first screen because as a developer, it's easy to have the first thing in Ren'Py be the thing that I'm working on. And right now I'm working on skins, so that's why it shows up first. So right now we're going to go with the base skin, and it says that he's going to use the regular skin. I need to change some of this verbiage, because, you know, now I'm using the Arkham City skin throughout the entire game. That's a little stupid. So if we go from start, this, as you can see, this is literally the same game that we had, you know, last time. We already went through these first few minutes. One thing I did add after last time, and I changed some of the background assets, I think, from the last time. I think I changed some of the background assets. The Bat Cave is a lot more crispy. This Arkham Asylum is a lot more crispy. And here's a big one. So after we do the 6 months later now, which takes forever, but it's going to be cinematic when you're playing the game. Now when Batman appears, there is a video of Vicky Vale. I figured out how to add videos into this. So this was made on CapCut. I just did a very simple fire animation on Midjourney and then put Vicky Vale over top of it and then made like a little mouth piece that just changes from, you know, visible to invisible. Like I just changed the opacity back and forth, and then I added a text box with the Channel 52 News logo. That's from the comic books, but I had to upscale it because it looked like dog. So yeah, now this is just a loop that repeats. It looks like this fire is going on forever now, but now it looks like an actual TV thing, and I might add like an actual TV. It's just gonna get more and more polished as I work on the game and see these details. So we already went through that. Okay, so this is the first thing. I don't know if I did this last time, but if we did have last time, we had a little phone pad, and now we have a workable phone pad that you can actually click buttons to. And I added this nice background that's just, you know, the rocks, just so that way it was just the phone pad. And I added these little sticky notes for where Arkham Asylum and Blackgate is. And then as I was working on this was what I was working on. I was working on the main story of the game, and then I was like, what if when you typed in like 1939, it unlocked that skin? And so I was like, I want to add like secret little hidden skins around the Batcave and when you finish different like quests in the game and stuff like that. So I've been exploring that this weekend. So first things first, if you do click the Blackgate, it'll say you're now connected to Blackgate, and then it'll send you to basically to the back of the very beginning of the game, just so that way I could put myself in an infinite loop working on the game. If you call Arkham, it's pretty much the same thing. You just get like a little text thing, and I added, like, I figured out how to add the audio to the buttons and everything, which took me way longer than it should have. I also added a secret 6969 strip club, the Sirens Club, and they just kind of treat it like it's a prank call. But let's get to the good stuff. We also need to add like a 6.7. I don't have a 6.7. But if you do add a code that isn't on there, then it'll just buzz you. So it just clears it. And so if we add the 1939, I know you guys are waiting. 1939. If we add that, Alfred says, "I've dusted off one of your original costumes, sir." And then it says, "Unlocked 1939 first appearance Batman." Another skin that is unlocked through the telephone is 2016, and I know this is spoilers, but like probably most people that are gonna play this game either don't care or they'll forget by then. But these are all secrets. Batman says, "One of my greatest battles." So now the 2016 Batman v Superman armored Batman is unlocked. I think that's everything that I did for the phone pad. So now if we go back to the Batcave. And we go to change suit, now we can see these ones are still locked, but if we click the 1939 and click done, now we have a 1939 Batman in the game. That is so sick. I like literally stood up from my chair the first time that this worked, and I was freaking out because it looks peak. It's the 1939 Batman in the style of the Arkham Breakout game that I am making. I did have to edit a little bit of his outfit, not gonna lie. Originally it looked quite different. I don't know if I have that picture. It looked a little bit different. It just, it had the wrong logo. The ears weren't as pointed as I wanted outward. But this just looks way better. This looks so cool, and I was so hyped. So now if we go back to, or not explore the Batcave, change our suit, we also have the 2016 Batman v Superman armor, which is so cool. I love this outfit so much, and I was just like, I have to add this into the game. So it's not a one-to-one recreation, but like you see this and you know that that's the Batman v Superman armor. Like, or I mean, you could also call it the Dark Knight Returns armor. It's pretty similar, but I think it's closer to the Batman v Superman armor. So how do we unlock these other ones? How do we unlock Absolute Batman, and Arctic Batman, and Arkham City promo suit? So if we go to the Bat computer, because I also wanted to add this as a part of the game anyway, for later down the story purposes. So we have a system command and we can enter a code. If we enter a code that does not work, it says access denied, unknown credentials, which is very straightforward. That's not a real code. But what happens when we add a code that works? Like if we say Alfred, if we did Alfred in the Bat computer, well, it says access granted, welcome home. But what if the same, and then it clicked. I was like, I could do the same thing that I did for the phone, for the typing in the numbers. I could do the same thing for passwords in the Bat computer. So I was like, I had like an epiphany. I was like, oh my god, we have to do this. So how do we unlock the Arctic Batman suit? Well, we type in Arctic Darkness as our password, and now, oh wait, hold on, Frozen Darkness, my bad, sorry, can't even remember my own passwords. Skin unlocked, Arctic Batman suit. And how do we unlock the promo suit? And you might be wondering, what's the Arkham City promo suit? But you'll see what I mean. If we type in Protocol 10, we unlock the Arkham City promo suit. So now if we go back to our suit selection, I made this little thing with suits. My girlfriend said I need to add bat suits actually in here. We'll see if I can do that. It's a little harder working with Midjourney. The asset creation is not as easy as one would hope. So now the Arctic Batman suit, now we have the Arctic Batman suit from the Batman. I love this suit so much. It is so freaking clean. The white is just so crispy, and it's in the style of our game, which is so cool. Same thing, I had to edit the logo and stuff like that and just clean up stuff. I'm thinking of doing like a tutorial on how to clean up assets like this. Sorry, getting some water. But the one that I recorded for Arkham Knight was like 40 minutes of footage. So I'm trying to figure out how to edit that down and make it a little bit more obtainable. So the Arkham City promo suit, we have the black and white, like pure black and white from the Arkham City promos. Let me I'll show you what I mean if you guys are confused. Like, this is the Arkham Knight, or sorry, Arkham City, like, promo outfit. Like, that is the Arkham City, like, with the white and the black, like, very strong white and black, scenes like that. Super cool. I was like, dude, I have to add that, just as a fun little thing. So last we have the absolute Batman suit. Now, this was something I was hyped as hell to add into this game, and I almost might take it off of the skin list because I want this to be so secret that only a real gamer would know how to unlock it. And every game needs one of these, and that is the Konami code. So if you're in any menu, there's an ongoing menu at any given point to check for the Konami code. So I don't have my webcam on, but if I type it with us, up, down, left, right. You ready? And there we have Batman saying one of his absolute Batman quotes, "I don't need cars or planes or computers," which, I mean, yes he does. "I don't need anything you have." He's talking to Roman. "All I need is Batman." And we unlock the absolute Batman suit, and you guys are not ready for how hard this shit goes. Oh my god, dude, he's huge, bro. He is huge. So that is how you change your suit. So now that is the suit that I have. So now if I go and basically loop the game back to the start, if we loop from the start of the game, now absolute Batman is our main character skin, and he takes up half the screen. It is so great, but it is so ridiculous. He literally takes up half of the freaking screen. It is so unnecessary. Oh my god, it is just so funny. Sometimes, you know, with some of these characters, like like Alfred is pointed more forward, he's angled more to the side, so when they're talking to each other, it doesn't work as much. But honestly, I don't think it really matters that much because of how fucking sweet this outfit is. He is holding an axe. It's not exactly the axe from the comic, but I got the closest I could get, okay? And I think it works good enough. So I basically am going to be adding a bunch of other suits. I'm also going to change this menu from, instead of a list, I want it to be icons, so that way you can actually see the skins, except for the ones that are locked. I want the locked ones to be like blackened out, or at least like dim, because I think it's cool to be able to see what you can unlock, but not fully until you actually unlock it. So that's the main things that I have been working on for the game. I haven't done any more like story stuff. I've been so focused just on skins. One other thing that I am working on adding is like different things around the Batcave to explore and to find out. So if you enter Thomas, you will get this letter from Thomas Wayne that is from the Flashpoint Paradox. This is just a letter that Thomas, in an alternate universe, wrote to Bruce, that the Flash brought back to Bruce for him to read and keep. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but basically it's Thomas telling Bruce that he hopes that he moves on from their deaths, because Thomas didn't. Thomas did not move on. He wants to move on, but he just can't, and he wants Bruce, as any parent for their child, to just move on from the hardships of life and spend time with the people that are still alive. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Then we can exit. So yeah, that's basically what I've been working on. There's definitely going to be more polish. Like, this looks super simple. I want the screen to kind of flicker and glow a little bit, and with these other TVs aren't perfect, but you know, there's a lot that I think I have added since the last devlog. I love just changing my suit back and forth, like getting to see the character renders. Like, they're just so cool. Oh my god, I love that Arctic suit. So yeah, if you guys have any other ideas for the game, leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear what the community wants in this game. If you guys didn't watch Devlog 1, this is Arkham Breakout, a fan game I am creating completely on my own with the help of like Midjourney and Gemini that are helping me code and create assets. But I mean, who's doing I'm doing most of the work. Like, it's definitely been a headache for sure, but a lot of trial and error. I've never made a game before, so this is the first time I am making a game of like pretty much any kind. So I hope you guys enjoy the progress. I love doing these devlogs. It really makes me feel more passionate about this project, and I hope you guys enjoy the progress as I create this fan game for the Arkham fan base. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like I said, drop the comments, share with your friends. If you think anyone you know that would enjoy, you know, a point and click visual novel fan game for the Arkham universe, send it to them. And you know, the more love we can get on this series, you know, the more it's gonna make me want to expand it and really make the lore of Arkham that much deeper. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the devlog, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.